looking at one of the single canvases from a series of canvases of the Campbell Soup cans by Andy Warhol from 1962 at the Museum of Modern Art. And one of the really important questions that comes up about especially modern art is, well, why is this art?
When you ask me that, a bunch of things kind of surface in my brain. It does evoke something in me, so I'm inclined to say yes, but then there's a bunch of other things that say, well, if I didn't see this in a museum and if I just saw this in the marketing department of Campbell Soup, would you be viewing it differently?
Because it's advertising then.
Yes.
But in the context of the museum or in the context of Andy Warhol's studio, it's not quite advertising, right?
Even if it's the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And the idea here is by putting it in the museum, it's saying, look at this in a different way.
Well, that's right. It really does relocate it. It does change the meaning. It does transform it. And that's really one of the central ideas of modern art, is that you can take something that's not necessarily based in technical skill, because I don't think you would say that this is beautifully rendered.
Right.
But it relocates it and makes us think about it in a different way.
And so I guess he would get credit for taking something that was very almost mundane, something you see on everyone in everyone's cupboard, and making it a focal point. Like, you should pay attention to this thing.
I think that's exactly right. And I think that he's doing it about a subject that was about as low a subject as one could go. I mean, cheap advertising art was something that was so far away from fine art, from the great masters. And then to focus on something as lowly as a can of soup and cream of chicken, no less, right?
But, a lot of it is, if you did it 50 years earlier, people thought this guy's a quack. And if he did it now, they'd think he's just derivative and... Right. I mean, it was really just that time where people happened to think this was art.
Well, I think that that's right. In 1962, what Warhol is doing is he's saying, what is it about our culture that is really authentic and important? And it was about mass production. It was about factory. He, in a sense, said, let's not be looking at nature as if we were still an agrarian culture. We're now an industrial culture. What is the stuff of our visual world now?